Welcome back, my yoginis. We are doing yin yoga today, and it is for really your legs and hips, but I would say from your hips down, and it's wonderful. This should be a good class for anyone who suffers with sciatica or anything dealing with the sciatic nerve. We're going to definitely be opening up the outsides of our legs and our psoas. So to start, we can do as usual, building your bolster. You're going to put your blocks end to end, and then your blanket should be folded in half, right? Fold it in half this way, and then you're going to go like this. Bring it together. Try and keep it as smooth as you can, and then fold it again. Your other option would be a child's pose. In child's pose, it's knees as wide as your mat, big toes touch, and then you walk it out in front of you. If that's too intense, you can roll your blanket up, creating like this ball that you can sit on, or you can sit on like one of your blocks to take some weight off of the knees and bring it forward. So whichever pose you want to get into, take your time and find that shape. If you're leaning back on top of the bolster, try and do soles of your feet to the knees out wide so we can start to open up those hips. They don't have to be in real tight. And then you see my sit bones are down, so as I come over this block, it's going right into that curve in my back. Adjust if necessary. Try and take your arms out to the sides, east and west, palms up, and touch index finger to your thumbs. And then slowly allow your bodies to melt. Close your eyes and relax your face, your cheeks, your tongue, your jaw, as you inhale and exhale through the nose only. Try and not clench your teeth or lock your jaw. I want you to let go of anything going on, any distractions in your life right now, and just try and be completely present during the entirety of this class, dedicated to you. It is a belly breath. On your inhales, you're going to inflate your belly first, then fill the ribs, then fill the lungs bottom to top. And on your exhale, squeeze it out. Lungs first, ribs next. And at the end, squeeze navel into spine, up under your ribs, till you are completely empty of air. Inhale, inflate, feel the belly rise. Fill your ribs, fill your lungs, nice and slow. Exhale, squeeze out of your lungs, out of your ribs, and at the end, navel into spine. Just stay with it, finding that rhythm and flow. Relax your shoulders, softening the heart. Allow the vertebrae to melt. Allow your hips to open. Surrender. And again, relax the face, your eyes, your cheeks, your tongue. And as you're tuning into the sound of your breath, you're feeling this movement in the body as it expands and deflates, perhaps setting an intention for your practice today. What is it that you need or want? What are you trying to bring into your life, bring into fruition? Whether it's personal, physical, or spiritual, or maybe it's for someone else in your life you want to dedicate your class to, keeping them in your thoughts or prayers. Once you have your vision, your intention, go ahead now and seal it in with your breath. It's a full 5-count Ujjayi inhale. From that low belly, fill it up, front, back, and sides, and keep drawing that breath in till it comes all the way up to the top of your throat. You are completely full of air. Exhale, squeeze like you're wringing water from a wash rag, all the way down, all the way around, and navel into spine. Stay with it. Rolling off your blanket, you're going to bring your knees together, feet flat. So you kind of notice the opening in the hips, and then just roll off your bolster, your blanket to your right side. If you were in child's pose, just kind of push your way up. Bring those legs around forward, shake them out. Once you're in the fetal position, use the strength of your arms, slowly pressing your way upright. And same thing here, if you want, take those legs out in front and just kind of shake them out a little bit. All right, we're moving into a true butterfly, the forward bend. So I'm going to take this blanket that I've folded, and that's what I'm going to sit on. Always have your blocks handy because you never know how many you'll need for the time of the day or what's going on with your body. Soles of your feet to the knees out wide, but we're not like pulling really in and bending like a yang. We want to just kind of ease into it. So I actually like to take my feet out a little bit so I have somewhat of a diamond shape. You can have your blocks, on the inside of your feet. You can put them between your feet. Or if it really feels good to you, inside. Just don't press your feet together. Let everything fall open naturally. Arms will rest as best you can. Palms up and touch index finger to your thumbs. Let me just start our timer. Once you find your pose, your posture, try and rest that forehead as much as you can. That will help calm the mind, and then relax and breathe. Well, unfortunately, I got a temperature warning on my phone, so I can't put it underneath a towel. See if we can revive this little guy. With your head resting, I want you to relax the hips, your thighs. Melt through your shoulders, melt through your heart. Try not to have any muscle engagement whatsoever. See where you're at. Maybe take it down a little bit more. If you made any adjustments, I want you to find the general shape. Relax all of your muscles. Rest that forehead and continue to breathe. Just nice, deep, slow breathing in and out of the nose. One or more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And when you're ready, slowly rise. Remove your blocks. Take your legs out in front. Shake, shake, shake a little bit. And then let's lean back here with your feet flat, knees bent. My weight's in my back hands. I'm going to exhale, knees left, inhale, center, and then exhale, right, and inhale, center. And just kind of windshield wiper these legs a little bit, as much as you want between sets. All right, so now we're going to take it a little wider. We're going to open up. Wide V, dragonfly. Again, we're not pointing, we're not flexing. I would like the knees to try and stay pointing upright, even when you lean over. Again, I like the blocks to rest the forehead. And you can have your arms down if you have enough blocks. Some people even like this. Let the head hang or have a block here to rest the forehead here. No, I need more. So play with it, see where you're at. And then once you find your shape, I want you to find that stillness. If this is too much on your inner thigh, a variation of this would be to have your feet flat, knees bent, still kind of out at an angle, and then you come down in the center if it doesn't bother the back. Another thing you can do is maybe put 2 blankets underneath you. Just play with it, see what feels right to you. And again, once you find it, find that stillness. Halfway through, see where you're at. Modify or adjust if you need to. And then once you find your shape, find your pose, as best you can, rest the forehead or let the head hang heavy. Relax and just be. Try remember to keep those knees pointing a little bit more upright. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. Now when we rise up, once again, I'm going to have you use your hands. Legs together, shake them, swing it, move it. If you want to do your windshield wipers, do that. We're going to do one more seated forward bend. I'm going to go sideways. So sitting on my blanket, this is caterpillar, and that is like your intense west stretch. Remember, the west side of your body is the back side of your body. It's the yin side, the feminine side, the calming side. When you do forward bends, you tend to slow your heart rate down. So that being said, in a yang practice, if we were doing this, we'd be like grabbing our feet and pulling in. In yin, we just want to settle in. So I'm just going to gently pull my rear end aside, make sure my sit bones are good. A couple things. I like the 2 blocks. I'm just going to bring it out. Rest your forearms on top of your legs, palms up, touch index finger to thumb. So your options would be this, maybe some of you are going to be up here. Maybe some of you can actually take it down. Let's see if I can get there. Yeah. and just play with it. Once again, find that shape. Rest the forehead if possible. I say that in every pose. And then once you're there, just settle in, relax, and be still. Make sure you're not pointing or flexing your feet. It's okay to have the back spine rounded. If it doesn't feel right, back out of the pose. You probably need to come up higher. You're probably putting too much weight on the back. You could even have a micro bend in the knee, or perhaps put a blanket underneath your knees to create a little bend. So think about that. If you're feeling something that doesn't feel right, modify it. If you're feeling good or want to go deeper, go ahead and find that pose. Once you find the shape, find your stillness. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And when you're ready, bring it up. Once again, maybe lean back, feet flat, knees bent. Exhale, knees to the left, inhale, center, and then right and center. Just go back and forth. Loosening up the hips a little bit more. All right, we're moving into upright swan. I'll give you options if it's too much on the knees. Actually, I'll show you the option now before I move into it. So swan is basically like this, but on your belly. So I'm pulling my right knee in, let it go where it wants, and then I'm actually using my left hand to hold this foot. So it's the same pose, but I'm not on my belly. There's no weight. For the rest of us, we're going to take this blanket, put it probably midway through the mat. And as you bring your right knee forward, don't go to the center of the mat. Take it to the outside so you can pivot the shin inward. And as I walk or slide my left foot back, actually, my heel on my right foot is just about in line with my left hip. Just everyone's different, so don't freak out if you're not like that. Relax the back foot. And then bring yourselves down. First, actually, we're going to do upright swan. That will prepare us. So I want you to plant the heel to your hands down so that you are bone on bone going up to your shoulder. Relax into your hips. Relax into your belly and your chest. Try and soften those shoulders, soften your jaw. Close your eyes if that helps, and just allow that body to melt. Take a big inhale, exhale, slowly bring it down. You can rest your forehead, so we can use a block. And that can be on end or even up. With your elbows underneath your shoulders, your palms are up, and you're touching index finger to your thumb. Let me just check the time. You can bring the block down. You can stack your fists like such, or hands and prayer, thumbs up, or some people will bring it all the way down by stacking their hands and then bringing that forehead down. Once you find your pose, I want you to relax into it. If it's too much on the right knee, you can either sit on a block, lifting this hip up, or you can roll your blanket up as well. That is another modification. If it's too intense, roll over onto your back like I demonstrated earlier. Pulling that right foot in. Left leg's extended out. Relax the tops of your feet, your ankle, your shins, calves, the knee, front and back, thigh, front and back, your glute, psoas. Now relax the hips, soften the belly, soften the chest, try and keep the shoulders away from your ears, and just be. Stay here, maybe take it down a little lower. If it's too intense, back out of it. Or you're comfortable where you're at and you're going to stay where you're at. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And use the strength of your arms. We're going to rise up. Go ahead and roll off onto that hip. Bring those legs around if that feels good, or go back to your downward dog. Shake it, swing it, move it, whatever you need to go ahead and get this back in. Get the blood back into your right leg. All right, so from here, and if you're on your back, you can come up to seated, or you can do this on your back as well. It is a shoelace pose, so if I was facing forward, this would be my right leg, would be my pigeon leg that we just did, and now I'm going to take my left leg on top. Lift and lower. So what's this one on your back? It's the exact same thing, where you just bring your left knee on top of the right. Come up if you can and either grab the back of your shins or your ankles or your feet. Okay? And if you want to insist on sitting, you don't want to do that. If this is too much, then just do like a half lotus or a crisscross applesauce. All right, lots of explanations to get into it. Find your pose, find your shape, whichever one works for you. And just remember that our right leg is underneath. All right, again, blocks, if you want them. I love them for the forehead. Here, a little bit lower. And then I'm just going to rest my arms again, palms up, touch index finger to your thumbs. I want you this time to really soften into the back, your low back and hips. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth or locking your jaw when you're in these poses. If anything, touch the tip of the tongue behind your two front teeth to see if you can get it to relax and release a little bit. Continue to round through the back. And think about that low back right now. Just bring your awareness there. And think about allowing that back body and your rear end to just melt deeper into your blanket. And see if that will help release a little bit. See where you're at, modify or adjust if necessary. If you want to go a little deeper, go a little deeper. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And when you're ready, slowly rise. Remove your blocks. If you're on your back, you can stay there, extend the legs out, shake out. For us, we can just take our legs out, shake out. And again, I would probably do those windshield wiper here for sure, because that was heavy duty on the outside hips. All right, so now the left knee. Let's bring it forward. Your blanket's going to go about halfway through down. We're going to bring our left knee forward and then take it more towards the outside of your mat, so you can bring this foot up and you're at somewhat of a, almost like a 45-degree angle for me. Some people can be parallel, but don't freak out if you can't. We're going to walk it back, relax this back foot, and we're going to start with our swan. So with your arms nice and straight, so you're bone on bone, it's elbow above the wrist and then shoulder above the elbow. I want you to close your eyes and relax the back foot, your toes, your ankles, your arch. Your ankle, relax the shin and the calf, your knee front and back, thigh front and back. Relax into your hips and your hip flexors. Soften the belly. You can slow the breath down, soften the chest and relax the shoulders. Try and keep them away from your ears. Let body weight and gravity do its thing here as you're starting to slowly open your hips. When you're ready, start to make your movement into your sleeping swan. And it can be hands down. You can use the block again on end. Palms up, touch index finger to your thumbs. I actually kind of like that one. But you can go down. Some people, this is no big deal, and you can stack your hands, bring your forehead down, and completely relax into it. Your knee, front and back, and thigh. Try and relax the hips. Now start to soften the belly. Soften the chest, relax the shoulders, relax the face. resting your forehead to quiet the mind. Just about halfway through, modify or adjust if you want to. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. And when you're ready, slowly bring it up. Again, if you need to, roll off onto your hip, bring your legs around in front, shake them out. We are going to do the shoelace pose, but I just want to get some blood back into this left leg. And then if you remember, we're going to stay sideways now. So the left leg was under, and I'm going to take my right knee on top. If it's too intense, a couple things you can do. You can take one of your blocks and fill in that gap, okay? Or you can just do like a half lotus or a crisscross. Or take it onto your back. Your knees are still crossed, and you just kind of grab those shins. All right, when we're ready, we are going into a forward fold. I think I'm going to grab my blocks. Forehead. You know, just find whichever version works for you. Because each side is different, each day is different. Once you find your pose, find your stillness. Into that low back so you can get any openings that might want to occur. Maybe kind of push the breath into that low back. You're halfway through, see where you're at. Modify or adjust. You know, if you want to go deeper, great. If you need to come out of it, great. Whatever you have to do. And then find the shape. As best you can, try and rest the forehead or let the head hang heavy. Completely relax and breathe. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of your nose. All right, let's bring it up. Shake, shake, shake a foot. All right, our final posture is going to be baby lizard. What I want you to do is come to kneeling on your blankets. Have your blocks handy just in case you need them towards the top of the mat. We're going to start with our right leg, so bring it forward. Pretty much so it's knee over ankle, inside foot parallel, and I'm comfortably relaxed. If you can go deeper, great. If not, no worries. Walk your foot to the right 1 or 2 times. To start, you can go here. For true baby lizard, we want to be down. So more on your forearms, either on blocks or below. Or you could do the forehead, rest the forehead and have the arms down on the ground. So play with it. Oh, I gotta go all the way down. Yeah. All right, once you find your pose, use more blankets if necessary, blocks if necessary. I want you to just be as still as you can. This is our last posture before we go under our backs. Halfway through, see where you're at, modify or adjust if necessary. Otherwise, stay where you're at, relax. Every once in a while, if you have to go side to side with the hips, sometimes you just need that little bit of movement, that's okay. But then come to center and be still again. Just a few more slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose. All right, we're going to bring it up slow. Take it back. You decide what you want to do. Do you want to shake your leg out a little bit? Maybe do some cat-cows? Maybe go back to dog and walk the dog. And it can be yang, that's okay. Just something to kind of bring everything back to center and feel somewhat balanced, right? All right, and then we're going to switch up. So my left leg's going to come forward. Take it around the outside and bring it up to center if you can. Once you come down, both hands inside, walk that foot maybe to the left. And you can open up to the left. Straight arms, head hangs, if that feels okay. Blocks under the forehead. Whatever you need to do, or you can even do your forearms on blocks. And then head hangs. So wherever you're at today. relax into your hips. Try softening your belly and softening your shoulders. We have to come down a little bit. Relax the jaw. Don't clench your teeth or lock it. You're coming on the halfway mark. If you want to go side to side a little bit with those hips, so give it some movement. And then when you're ready, settle back in. Try your best to rest that forehead. Completely relax and breathe. A few more slow deep breaths in and out of your nose. All right, bring it up. Take it back. Shake it, swing it, move it, whatever your body's craving. The rest of class, we will be down on our backs. So take a moment here. Do whatever movement feels good to you. As before you lower down, make sure you have your blanket handy to put over your belly. Or maybe an extra one for under the head if that feels good to you, or even behind your knees. Feet flat, knees bent, fingertips right behind your thighs, and let's roll down. Once you're on your back, your arms will rest by your sides. And just for a moment, I want you to draw the knees in, give yourselves a nice little hug here, and rock it gently. Little different twists today since we're kind of working the hips and all of that. And the psoas, I want your feet flat, knees bent. Feet should be as wide as your mat. Arms can go out to the side, east and west, you know, or up overhead, wherever. I don't want to because this tile is burning hot. And then we're going to let both of your knees fall over to your left. Stay like this, or take the outside foot, that left foot rested on top of the right knee. Shoulders stay down. And you're just going to take your head to the right if you can. If it bothers you, you can put a block underneath that left thigh for a little support, but try and let body weight and gravity do its thing here. It's just another great opener. Completely relax and breathe. Slide the left foot off of the right knee and then slowly bring both legs up to center, knees up to center. Draw them into the belly for your hug and rock out. And we'll switch up. So feet flat, knees bent, feet should be as wide as your mat, and then let both of the knees fall to the right. If you can, take this right foot and rest it on top of that left knee. Again, you can support it with like a blanket or a block. Arms out to the sides, east and west, something to keep the shoulders down. And then when you're ready, turning your head to the left, closing your eyes, relax and breathe. Try and allow that back body to release and the hips. bellies, your psoas and your quads, hamstrings, glutes, all that pelvic bowl area. Just breathe into the belly. Slide the foot off of the knee and bring your knees to center. Draw them in. Nice little hug. Wrap gently here. Inhale through your nose, sigh out. When you're ready, staying on your backs, let your legs come out in front of you. Feet can be as wide as your mat or wider, and just let them fall open naturally with gravity. If you need to, grab your blanket and keep it folded, resting over your bellies, or you can cover yourselves if you're cold at all. And I want you to allow your bodies to rest. Slowly release control of each and every muscle as you surrender yourselves to the earth. Your eyeballs will sink deep into their sockets. Your eyelids gently close. Your inner ear softens. Your jaw slackens. Your tongue relaxes as you let everything go. Back into your bodies by gently wiggling your toes. Touch each fingertip with the thumb. Reaching your arms overhead and extend through your feet and stretch your bodies out. Take a deep inhale. Fill your body with your sweet, sweet breath. And on your exhale, draw your knees into your chest, giving yourself one final compassionate hug. When you feel satisfied, slowly rolling over to your right side and just remain there for a moment in the fetal position with your eyes closed. Use the strength of your arms as you slowly push your way upright so you're coming back to seated, facing forward. And if you will, drawing both hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra prayer. Lower your chin into your chest and bow your heads, taking a moment to honor yourselves. From the place deep in my soul, which I know to be pure and true, I bow to and honor the same light that shines deep inside of each of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me today and allowing me to be a part of your yoga journey. Wishing you a wonderful day. Namaste.